Okay, well, this meeting is called to order. The little green light is on. Can y'all hear me? Hello, hello, testing. Okay, this meeting is called to order. And we will have roll call. Am I roll calling? Okay. He's absent. Mrs. Spaymore? Commissioner Stacy Benning? Present. Commissioner Kenneth Fly?
Present.
Commissioner Nyla Williams? Oh, okay. They have her now. Okay. Commissioner Tony Cox?
Present.
Commissioner, oh, I don't know if she is. Commissioner Albertine Allen, is she still? No longer? Okay. Commissioner Millsap?
Present.
And I know she's no longer here. Commissioner McCormick?
Present.
Commissioner Carroll?
Present.
Commissioner McCullen?
Present.
Commissioner Tillman?
Present.
And we have someone else, a new member. You are
Linda Conway.
Linda.
Conway, Conley.
Okay, and you are, whose place are you taking?
Miss Troutman.
Ms. Trump, okay, so you are for the NAACP. Okay. So we have, I'll call you anyway, Commissioner Conley.
Present.
Okay. All righty, all is present. And you all gonna have to help me a little here in this, thank you. You have a quorum?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Oh. All right. May we all stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America.
to the
The
republic,
Republic, which stands
one nation,
one nation,
under God,
under God, indivisible,
liberty,
liberty, and justice for all.
Okay. Our first order of business is our February 2022 meeting minutes.
I move this minutes be accepted. Second.
Okay, thank you. Our treasurer report. Do we have a treasurer report?
Yes,
Okay.
I sent out the January and February's treasury report, as inherited from the last commissioner. And each one of you should have received that. There were no changes to neither of those, monthly reports, January or February.
Point of order, we need to vote on them separately, so I think we need to go to January 1st and approve the treasury report. And I move that we accept the January treasury report as written. Second.
Okay, it has been moved and second to accept the January treasury report.
The February treasury's report, has been presented as well. There's no changes. Ending balance is the same, $2,098.92.
Can I move it?
Move this, that report be accepted. Second.
It has been moved and second to accept February's treasury report. Our next order of business. Excuse me. Okay.
Roll call.
All right. Well, we need a roll call on that. If there's no objections to the February and January treasurer's report, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. It has been moved and second and accepted to accept the January and February treasury report. Okay. Our next order of business is our new business. Commissioner Hogan, he had a couple questions that he wanted to bring up. And some of the discussions he wanted to talk about was the needed community service. And he wanted to know, and so this is a question addressed to all of us, what are some needs that we can address for community services? It's very, yeah, it is.
Madam Chair, could he be a little bit more specific and narrow it down to, is it like social, physical, financial?
Well, let me
Political?
kind of ask the question then, because that's all that he'd given me. But I would go a little broader in asking, with our different areas that we specialize in, the different committees, the social, neighborhood, criminal justice, education, employment, health, and awareness. I believe he would want to know what are some of the things that we can do to address those different areas.
If I may, I think we should table this until he's here, but just to give I think our mission statement status says it all. We need to work with the city council to help pass legislations that will change some of the things that are going on in our community, which I'm a big advocate for getting the body cam footage reduced. So it's just certain things that we can do, and just from the employment side of this, even having the mayor enforce the hiring ordinance. It's something that needs to be done, and we can go on and on about that, but I think each subcommittee has their own suggestions, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
in addition to Commissioner McCormick's comments, we have a social factor committee. So maybe just an idea to assign them that task
Okay.
and bring it back to us. But he is absolutely correct about community. We already have things going on in the community. We just need someone or some department to address it.
Okay. Yes.
Try to piggyback on what Commissioner McCormick said. As opposed to waiting for like social factor committee or whatever, if we could get the criminal justice committee involved in that body cam footage piece, things like that, we can specify certain, we can obligate certain things to certain committees and move in that direction, which that was the same thing he said. And then, if that way I think we'll be attacking it from a number of fronts. And maybe we'll have a greater chance of success. At least I would hope so.
Well, I wanted to put some input in with Commissioner Hogan's statement, and it wasn't hard for me to figure kind of out where he's coming from with this. So I kind of would put it in my words as saying, is everyone on this board heart in it? Basically, are you really on this board to really try to make a difference in the things that we're going to be pursuing and already pursuing? We're not just here just to sit for an hour and cut out, right? I mean, we do have interest in what we're doing. That's what I took from his question, and I want to see if it was affirmed that everyone else feels the interest and need to really be on this board to do what we need to do, because it's all about action. And an hour or so a month is not action.
Okay. Well, if we look in our code of ordinance, that is one of the things that in section 2-457, if you go down to the governing regulations of the commission, that is one of the criteria that all individuals appointed shall have an active interest in addressing the overall purposes and goals of the commission. So I would hope that everybody that is on this commission, that is their interest, so far, it sounds like that to me. And so, with that being said, with the different committees, we'll get into that with the different committees and the things that they do, then we can talk on that a little bit more. So the second question that our chairperson asked, you guys have kind of answered that. And so I'm just kind of going to go a little more into what I wanted to ask. But the second question was, what steps can we take to move in that direction? And like I said, I think you all have been answering that and different steps that can be taken in the different organizations. But a question that I wanted to ask is, I see that we network with the African American Male National Council in Indiana, or we used to do that. Is that something that we still do?
Gentleman that involved himself in a few of our meetings last quarter at least.
Okay. Is that the because I looked on that one and I think what they have done, they've renamed it and they have something new because that organization has been dissolved. And so they do have an organization, the Indiana Commission on the Social Status of Black Males. And that's on the indiana.gov site. Have you all had any contact with them?
Same thing.
That is, if Madam Chair, if I'm not mistaken, that is still with the director of Mr. Garrett,
Mm-hmm.
who has set in on some of our meetings.
Okay.
And also we have maintained that line of communications with them with any future endeavors or events or anything that is held at the state level.
Okay. Okay, good. Good.
If I may address something, when we talking about action, one of the things that we must do, we need to make sure that we never miss another annual report to the council, the Common Council. That report is crucial. And here lately, we haven't had none. And I think it was the last one was a couple of years ago. Ms. Trotman put on after it was brought to her attention. This is something that we have to do because the city council don't know where to help us at or help the African-American male if we don't bring nothing to them, nor the mayor of our city. So if we're not making recommendations, we're failing. And myself, I will not be a part of that. So if I had to go it alone, I would, but I don't want to. I think our secretary should be the one that delivers our annual report, putting together, comprising all the things that each subcommittee wants to see done in our city. I'm a firm believer that voting, we can change everything through voting, but we also must we need to put down things that needs to be changed so the legislators can make laws or amend laws that will best fit us. Thank you.
If I can add in, Commissioner Williams, each subcommittee, and I'm thinking now that I've been on this commission for the past year, and I know in terms of the education committee, we have not had a meeting, and I bring that up because I want to thank Commissioner McCormick for sharing his minutes and information with all the groups so that that can provide a push for us to be more consistent with doing that. But in terms of action items, each subcommittee do the other subcommittees outside of education have a goal, have a plan for anything that needs to be accomplished by 3 months, 6 months, by the end of the year. I think I know that would help focus us in on making sure that we're doing something other than just coming to the meeting and talking, that we have done what we needed to do before this meeting. We're sharing out our ideas, our suggestions to the larger group to have the conversation, so that, once again, these meetings that we're having are meaningful because, once again, we only have an hour to do them.
Right.
So I know for myself as the education committee chair, the next time or when we do plan to have a subcommittee meeting, that will be one of the topics on our agenda is what is it that we want to accomplish by the end of the year. That's what we need to have.
Agreed.
Madam Chair, if I may, one you know, in front of you, whenever we turn our lights on,
Mhm.
it should light up in front of you so that you know who would like to speak.
Oh, up here?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And then in regards to Commissioner McCormick and Commissioner McCollum, we all, if not, should have the social status muni code that tells us what our laws are, not our bylaws, but the laws that is required to be implemented into our bylaws. And in the report, as Commissioner McCormick indicated, it states that a report annually in writing summarizing the results of each of their duties and responsibilities and provided recommendations for improvements to the mayor and the common council. In addition, said report shall contain information regarding the commission's activities, spending, and financials. A representative from the commission shall appear at the first common council meeting in March to present and explain said written report to the common council. So it's not a request, that is a requirement that we have to all abide by.
Mhm. Thank you, Commissioner Tillman, because I had that right here. I was going to read that, so thank you. That so this is something that we need to do. So my suggestion is, if each committee is going to come up with goals and plans, as you do that, bring them back to the committee so that we can continue to know. And then as a committee, I feel like we still should come together and compile these things so we can have a common goal of what it is that we're doing. Even as each committee is coming up with those things. Now, just give me some knowledge on this. When you all meet, the different committees meet, do you have set times when you meet? Do you all set up the different times that you meet in each committee?
Well, me and speaking for the Justice Committee, we met by telephone conference and we agreed to meet. I hope everybody received our report.
Yes.
Yes. So we put in, we sent everybody our report. And so we're gonna make sure we all agree on a meeting place, and we're going to get down to it. And we have several issues that we're going to address immediately. And one of them is definitely the body cam from my standpoint, but we'll get into that as we go. This is our, our third meeting of the year, and we still lacking members, but we have all the committee seats. I only can speak for us, so that's what we've been doing.
Can I take this time out to, I was already on the criminal subcommittee, but since things changed, can I make sure that I'm still on that committee, please?
Yes, you are, Kenny. Thank you, Commissioner Fly.
Thank you, sir.
If I may,
Commissioner
Cox.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was told a year ago by the lady who was, I guess, chairing that committee that I was going to be included. I never received that. I gave her my information. I forget her name, Joan. Yes. I never got any notification of anything. I said I would come and participate, so I would like to be included.
We will put you down and we'll let you know the next meeting. I'm surprised that you didn't. Well, the email that we have on for everyone, we sent a copy of our report to everyone. So
I don't know that, but I changed phones. But it's saying I still got the same email. But I've been getting emails from September.
Yeah,
recently.
You might have put us in trash. Maybe you want to check that and see if we in there. Or under junk.
I never did.
All right. Love you, man.
Okay. So there are 7 committees. The neighborhood, we have the neighborhood committee, criminal justice, education, employment, health, social factors, awareness, and conference planning. So I know at the last meeting, there was some voting going on for some of these different committees, but I don't have that information. So I think we should know who's on all of these committees.
Madam Chair, and at that last meeting, it was everyone selected to which committees that they were going to assign themselves to.
Mm-hmm.
But for record, we would have to, if you would like, you can pull the minutes or go to Alco TV and you'll have to review it from that.
Okay. What
But
was
they
that?
have,
Go to
but
where?
to Alco TV.
Okay.
And it's under the on-demand, and you'll select the social status, and you can view the last 3 meetings.
Okay.
And so everyone did select what committees that they wanted to sign up for, and or subcommittee.
Okay. Okay. So, because in here also in our code of ordinance, it says after the awareness and conference meeting, which may use resource individuals who are not members of the commission. So if you do have someone that has a desire to help you in working on whatever committee you are on, then enlist them in helping you, because that is what we're trying to do. We want to enlist the community. Our goal is to help the status of our African American males. And so if there's people who have a desire to do that and work on whatever committee you are working on, enlist them in that. Okay? Because I think the more people that we can get involved, the louder our voices speak. Okay? Any comments? I did
Excuse
have
me, Madam
okay.
Chair. I do not have a copy of the Muni Code. Is there a way that we can? Okay. Thank you, Commissioner Tillman.
I think this is what I'm looking at. Okay. And this is the same thing, I believe this is the same thing. It can be found on the website, Michigan City, Michigan City. And if you go to the social status of African American males, it's like on your left. You can click on that and it'll go right to the section for the social status of African American males, and you can print that section off.
Commissioner Fly will grab a copy for you if you need one.
Thank you, McCormick, Commissioner.
I have one more question. So I noted at the last meeting, February, that was the first meeting that I actually attended. There was actually 5 subcommittees. And I see on our agenda there's 5, but as far as the Muni Code, it says that there's 7. So are we going to comply with what the Muni Code says, or are we going to stick with the 5 that I guess have been in place over time? Because there's neighborhoods and awareness and conference planning that was not brought up at the last meeting.
Well, I don't know if that was from lack of knowing or if that's what has been done all the time with these.
If I may, Madam Chair, to answer Commissioner Benny's question in regards to how many subcommittees and that we have. At the last meeting, you're correct. We did approve the bylaws, but a decision was not made or request for the bylaws a motion was not set for the bylaws to be presented to the council to make an amendment to the Muni Code. So until the Muni Code is changed, the Muni Code stands. So someone would need to make a motion to have the new bylaws submitted to the council and request for an amendment to be done to reflect the bylaws as well.
Well, if I may move to send our new bylaws to the Common Council to have the Muni Code amended.
I second.
I second it.
Yes. Question. Do we have a copy of the new bylaws? Is there a copy of the new bylaws?
The new bylaws was sent out by the prior chair of the changes. And It should be in all of our emails and it should be in all of our emails.
Well,
If not, I can,
I just got on.
or the clerk, yes, the clerk of the clerks should have it, yes. Thank you. Okay. One of the things that I did want to bring up, because we're talking about these committees, do we network with any other organizations outside of Michigan City or Indiana to get some ideas of what they're doing and what's working for them?
Go ahead.
I would like to say in the past, we worked with the Gary Commission real well.
Okay.
And the Indiana Commission of Social Status of African American Males at the State House, Mr. James Garrett, we work with them. And we work with that commission doing usually the initiative, the barbershop initiative that normally takes place in April.
Okay.
You have to go outside the state.
Yes. It's not outside of Michigan City or the state or any?
Outside of Michigan City, but not outside. Now, I don't know nothing about outside the state. I don't think every state even has this commission. So I do know the federal government has a big say in this now. They took it over also. So I think right now, we trying to do things proper and in order. And I think that we got a great starting point. And I think we need to just get our subcommittee started, meeting times, and just take it a little bit at a time until we all get caught up. Thank you.
You had a motion on the table on the floor.
Oh, a motion.
I seconded
You
it.
seconded?
I seconded it.
Oh, I'm sorry. So that was a motion that okay. So, huh?
About the bylaws.
Oh, about the bylaws. Okay, I'm sorry.
We have to have a roll call.
All right. It has been motioned that we accept the amended bylaws to change the,
The motion was to send it to the council for approval.
For approval so they can change the muni code.
oh, okay. So it's already been changed in
We already voted on our bylaws and we approved it. Now we need to send to the council, common council, so that they can change the muni code
okay.
or to accept it.
Okay. So it has been moved and second to send the bylaws to the county council, common council, is it common or county? City council. Okay, to the city council, to accept the bylaws that the muni code be changed. Okay. Roll call. Let me get your names again. Commissioner Tillman.
Aye.
Commissioner McCormick.
Aye.
Commissioner Benny.
Aye.
Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
Commissioner Carroll.
Aye.
Commissioner Conley, thank you. Commissioner Cox.
Aye.
Commissioner Millsap.
Aye.
Okay.
Yeah, Commissioner Fry,
Oh, Commissioner Fry
Hey, yeah, I would like to participate. Yay.
and Commissioner McCullough.
Yay.
Okay. We have 11 yays. So it has been moved and second to accept.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
and by doing that, will that address our secretary's concern on the other two categories, social factor and awareness and conference planning?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Treasurer. Commissioner Millsap, treasurer. I'm the treasurer.
My apologies.
Okay. All righty. Our next order of business is Old business. Our current standing, Facebook, we do have control of the Facebook account now. Okay. Our next order of business are our subcommittee
Excuse me,
assignments.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on if the current Facebook account is, obviously you're saying that we have control over it, so that makes me understand that it's still the same. We just have different administrators. Are you able to elaborate on that, or do we need to table this until?
No, I'm not able to elaborate it. He just sent to me, Commissioner Hogan just sent to me that we have, control of the Facebook. He didn't elaborate, but Commissioner, McCormick.
I move that we change the administrators right away. So I move that we change the administrator for our Facebook page immediately.
I'd second that.
Mhm.
I think no matter what, we have to still motion on it. All of us have a vote, so I think that we do need to just motion for it to be changed, as long as it's somebody currently on the board. But we can address that when the chair comes back. But the motion is on the table and it was second.
I have a question, please. I'm ignorant of this. Who presently is the administrator?
I cannot, if I had to guess, I think it was Mr. Corley, but I'm not for sure. But it's
The individual who's no longer on the commission.
correct.
Okay. Just to get everybody on the same page. I was emailed by our Commissioner Hogan that, we have control over the Facebook page. And so I'm not exactly sure, but I would assume that means that, there's been different administrators taking, over. But we also have a motion on the floor by Commissioner McCormick to vote that we change the administrators immediately.
It's just a motion to change. We can agree on, I mean, I'm moving just that we change the administrator, because if I'm not mistaken, I believe there was something just posted on our page that we're not even privileged to know. People are just, whoever the last administrator is, still posting things on our page. So we need to get this stopped. Because some of the stuff that's being posted honestly has nothing to do with our mission statement. Yeah, and I'm not gonna go along with stuff that's being posted that goes against our mission statement. We should not allow that to happen. We need to take control, and it sounds like we have control, but all my motion is that we at least name one of our current members, one of the administrators, which we can address that at our next meeting. But there's a motion on the table, and then we can bring it up to who we want. Somebody can motion to accept who's gonna be the administrator, if I'm making sense.
So, Commissioner McCormick, if we can, then with your motion that the recommendation is that it's a current commissioner, and we will flesh out who that person is at the next meeting. But it has to be a current member in standing on the commission to be an administrator.
Correct.
Yeah, the administrator doesn't limit to one person also. So if it's more than one person that feels that they want the duty of being an administrator, there's no problem with that. That's no issue.
The motion is just that it be current, the current members.
Motion is that we remove the present administrator. Yes.
Okay. Well, there is a motion on the floor that there is it's already second? Okay. All righty, our next order of business is.
We have a roll call.
Roll call. Sorry, y'all, don't bite my head off. Okay,
It's all good. It's all good. We understand. It's all good. I'm sorry for putting that duty on you.
Okay, Commissioner Tillman.
Aye.
Commissioner McCormick.
Aye.
Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
Commissioner Benning.
Aye.
Commissioner Carroll,
Aye.
Commissioner Conley,
Aye.
Commissioner Cox.
Aye.
Commissioner Millsap,
Aye.
Commissioner Fly,
Aye.
Commissioner McCullough.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Okay. Our next order of business, subcommittee assignments. Do we have anyone from the education subcommittee with a report?
Yes, I'll provide
Okay.
some updated information. And I did share this with whom I'm assuming Mr. McCormick, Commissioner McCormick and Commissioner Fly are still also part of the Education Committee, as well with you, Madam Chair, that it's time of the year for students to start preparing for the end of the year and also the summer, and making sure that parents are aware that information, at least from the Michigan City area schools, is going to be coming out in the next several weeks to highlight some of the programs that are available to students. We know that the last couple of years have been very difficult on students when it comes to many falling behind, many struggling to stay on track with all the things that have been going on with the pandemic. So the summer programming is an opportunity to accelerate students and not have the instruction that they've received this year melt away with the summer, but also provide them with an opportunity to springboard into the next school year. So I want to make sure that everyone is on the lookout for that. And I know that information will be going home with students that are part of the Michigan City area schools, and I'm sure with other schools within this Michigan City as well in the next several weeks. And also that the Reverend J. Bill Ashley Memorial Education Scholarship is going to be made available soon. That scholarship will be due on June 3rd of 2022, and it's a $1,000 one-time award for African-American males graduating from public-private homeschool GED within the boundaries of Michigan City. And it's for anyone who has a grade point average of 2.0 or higher. So just wanted to share that information with the rest of the commission and also the public.
Thank you, Commissioner McCullough. And also included in that is that the district is hiring for multiple positions and that you can go to educate.mc.net. Thank you.
I'd like to add something to that, being on that subcommittee also. And Mr. McCullough, maybe you can also address this with this committee. There's several bills in front of the governor right now, Governor Holcomb, and one of them is about education. And if I'm reading this right, I guess that they want to have a parent committee to vet what we are teaching our kids in school, and they want to get away from teaching about the race and some other things. Can you elaborate, or have you heard anything about that other than what we've been reading?
Yeah, that bill recently did die.
Okay, thank God.
So it's not moving forward, but I know that we do still receive questions and concerns from parents in terms of what's being taught in the schools. And a lot of the things that were part of that bill that many educators were concerned about dealt with critical race theory, which
Yes.
no school district teaches that complex of no school system, at least K to 12, teaches that. But do school systems provide education on diversity and inclusion? Yes, we do, because most school districts have students from various backgrounds, whether it's social, economic, ethnicity, any of those things. So there definitely is curriculum that provides students with a well-rounded education when it comes to different people within the community. So, that scare tactic or the fear of school districts being called out or losing funding or anything like that, that motion died. Unfortunately, there are several states where that bill has passed. Thankfully, Indiana did not go forward with it.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for elaborating on that for me. I just want to say this again to our viewing public and to all the African-American males in our community. It's important that you get a voter registration form and fill it out. It's real simple. Our vote matters. We will change the way we are treated if we quit voting for the same people over and over again, that's mistreatments. There's some other things I'm gonna talk about later on, but please, we gotta get out and we have to vote. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, McCormick. Also, I want to include in on this as being a part of the education subcommittee. I would like to let you guys know and the public know that Fly High Youth has an after school and summer programming going on now currently. We have about 20 kids right now, and we open to enrollments, and you guys can reach out to flyhighyouth.org or go to Fly High Youth Services business page on Facebook, social media, and you can get some more information about our after school and summer programming. We've been in action since 2019. The pandemic took us out for maybe a year, but we're back on strong. We fully funded, and we located at the Hope Center on the west side of town, 222 McClellan Avenue. And right now we really got it going on. It's been joyful and fun, and we got some interested kids that's really putting they all into it. And so we provide transportation, light meals, and yes, that's the way we're going with Fly High Youth on the educational side. So if you got some inner city kids that can't make it to other after school programs or summer programs, you have one right there in the inner city, right in the community on the west side of town.
Fine.
Thank you, Mr. Fly.
Thank you, Cormick.
Thank
Mr. McCormick.
Commissioner McCullough, I got one more question. I'm sorry, everyone. Are you still, is Mission Area School still providing the summertime lunch program?
There'll be more information coming on that, but yes.
Okay.
So the actual locations and the times, but yes, that'll be happening this summer.
I just hope that just a bug in your ear. I hope that we can just work with Mr. Fly and make sure those lunches get over to his organization, because I just see that he's finna blow up, and everything we can do to help, that we need to do that. Thank you.
God bless you, brother.
Thank you. Also, is this information, Commissioner Fly, that can be put on our website?
Yes, ma'am, it is. Yes, ma'am. Good thinking. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That would be. Okay, our next committee, health.
Madam
Okay.
Chair,
Yes.
if I may make a motion to suspend the agenda to make a statement, because I have a doctor's appointment at 1:00.
Okay.
And that's just in regards to the Muni Code and those that are appointed. I just need to clarify a couple of positions. We no longer have a county labor coalition, which used to be Ms. Nyla Williams. So we, as a board, need to decide if we're going to change that to a different entity or organization. And then also, due to that, the Minority Health Partners is no longer participating with the commissions, nor have a representative. I would like to make a recommendation as well to keep it broader. I actually sent this to the chair, but I forgot that he wasn't going to be in attendance today. The recommendation I will propose to the commissioners that we just change this to health and wellness. This way, it doesn't put us limited to what organization, so we can select a different organization if need be, or entity for that. And then it's a little contradicting, because I see for the council appointments, we have one from the Michigan City area schools. But then in the appointments by the mayor, he has one member from a workforce development agency, career tech center, or higher education institution. To me, that's really one and the same as far as education goes. So that's something that the board also needs to consider in regards to possibly changing the names for those. And I will propose or make the recommendation that it's just education.
Okay.
I move that we replace, what was Ms. Williams' last?
The County Labor Coalition, and that is going to be an appointment coming from the mayor.
Okay, well, what do we have for the council? Miss Allen, what was Miss Allen?
That was Minority Health Partners.
I move that we replace that with Fly High Youth Service because he's here, they have a lot of members, and because we need to get members on here. So I move that we add, let Mr. Fly High Youth Service be able to provide appointee to the board.
I second that, McCormick, and we out here in the streets actively right now, man. I'm telling you, it'll be a great benefit for the social status. I promise you that.
And I think it's important that so we have a second, but I just think it's important that we do this because we're sending our bylaws. So I think we need to address this because we send the bylaws to the council. So I think we need to get it done.
Okay,
Second.
it's been seconded. He already second. Okay, my only concern is that something that we would like to, for our chairman to be a part of, to know before we
Yes.
move?
But there's a motion on the
There's a
table
motion.
and it's already been seconded, so we need a roll call.
Okay. Don't y'all be second so fast. Let's have a conversation about it before we second. Okay.
Accepted it.
So it's been moved and second.
It's been accepted, but I just need clarification if this goes through. This is you're requesting that motion for the minority health partners to be replaced with Fly High Youth, correct?
Correct. I'm sorry, correct.
Okay. And,
Okay. Something else in there about employment.
County Labor Coalition, that's what they were talking about.
We have a subcommittee. Mr. Millsap, one of the most experienced person we have on here, so I'm pretty sure he can take care of that with me nudging him.
Okay.
so you will be, Commissioner Millsap, that you will oversee the County Labor Coalition? Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. So it
Madam
has
Chair,
been, yes, Commissioner.
I need to clarify, we are recommending, or right now the motion's on the floor to change minority health partner member that's appointed by the mayor to Fly High Youth. Is that correct?
There, are they?
If I may, I'm gonna take my motion down. Wait for the chair to be present. Forgive me, everyone, and we just address that now. We address that then.
Okay. So that motion, yes. Madam, Commissioner Tillman.
And just one last thing before I run out, and that is even though that we are replacing, once that motion is represented to us and that motion passes, should that motion pass, we still should have a health and wellness because we're dealing with mental health. Our African American brothers are dealing with mental health issues. So we do want to make sure that we do keep something in there regarding health and wellness.
Okay. Okay, that motion has been taken off the table and tabled until our chairperson is present. We have to have. We don't? Okay. All righty. Our next committee, employment, do we have a report?
Yes, Madam Chair, our Chairman Hogan and myself, we're still working on the employment prep workshop. And since we have a new Commissioner Conley, I would like to invite her on the employment committee, especially if we absorb the labor.
Okay.
Would you mind? Sure. Okay. There is no salary increase. So. Okay. Thank you. No problem.
Okay.
Okay.
So did you accept, or you saying you need more information?
Yeah,
Okay.
she wants that salary announced.
Okay.
Commissioner Millsap, I'll be more than happy to help you with some of the stuff if I can. Especially with the hiring ordinance. We need to get something done. So
right, and I already have accepted that, and thank you for posting county employment opportunities.
Thank you.
Okay.
Wonderful. Okay. Thank you, commissioners. Our next committee is criminal justice. Do we have a report?
Yes, we have a report. I will let the co-chair, since she helped me do most of the work, just go ahead and go over that briefly. But I just want to add that anybody that want to join us, we are open to everyone, and everyone will have equal footing. And I have something to add, actually get done presenting a report.
Okay, so we did submit via email our Criminal Justice Committee report for the month of February 2022, with Commissioner McCormick being the chair, myself being the co-chair. We had conference calls dated on February the 12th and February the 21st. And in our meeting, we had a discussion where we agreed to meet quarterly. And then we had a discussion of various different topics, but some of the topics that we're just going to bring to you at this time is that we're looking to bring a speaker regarding criminal justice on a quarterly basis. We also met with a council official to talk about a program that we're looking to put together to secure some funding. Commissioner McCormick already mentioned that we're welcoming anybody that would be interested in joining us on this committee. There's a lot of things going on as far as criminal justice reform, whether it's youth, Black youth specifically, because I work, I'm a juvenile probation officer, so I work with a lot of juveniles. So we have a lot of issues going on with juvenile males, but also with adult males. So we definitely welcome anybody that would be interested in joining this committee. We also made sure that we put our mission statement on there, which is to develop strategies to remedy or assist in remedying serious adversities and make recommendations to improve the educational, social, economic, employment, and other circumstances for Black males in Michigan City. So those are some of the things that we discussed. Like I said, we discussed other things. We'll bring those to the forefront later. And then some of the things that we're looking to do in addition to that is to create a calendar of our meeting dates and times, and also a location for our subcommittee meetings. So that's a gist. One of the things that I do want to add, you may be thinking about this also, you kind of touched on it a little bit, is our governor, Holcomb, has, there's a House Bill 1296 that repeals the law that requires a person to obtain a license to carry a handgun in Indiana. One of the bill has been passed and it's currently sitting on the governor's desk. And that bill basically reduces the age for a person to carry a gun to the age of 18, which we know is a very young age. At 18, some of the kids are still in high school.
Yes.
We know at 18, kids are still trying to find their way. They're trying to figure out what they want to do, whether it's academically, vocationally, in the military, or what have you. So this is a very big concern. This is something that we need to start talking about and making our voice heard. So this is one of the things that we're going to be talking about and trying to address also in our subcommittee.
Okay.
Yeah, and just to add to that, and I was going to talk about the bill also, it's very disturbing the fact that we have 18-year-olds still in high school, and I don't know, crime rate is going to go through the roof. If it's here, it's already bad. But one of the things that just disturbed me the most is the state police superintendent, I believe his name is Doug Carter. He's totally against it. The majority of the police departments in the state of Indiana is against it. And they are going ahead, and this bill is probably going to be signed. For any one of us out here who thinks that crime is going to go down, this is going to be helpful for anybody, you're sadly mistaken. Things are going to get bad. It's already bad here in Michigan City. And just to say one other thing, there was a what do they call it, lent tax or a tax for service, to render service, that passed yesterday. Well, a resolution that came through the city council, and it was voted on and agreed to. All because of Mayor Dermody made a promise that he couldn't keep. And in order to sustain pay raises to police officers, they had to come up with this tax. I believe it's 2.5. And I guess it's based off your income. I might be wrong, but I'm thinking it's based off your income. A lot of us didn't even speak up about it. This is, we're giving so much to our law enforcement officers. And don't get me wrong, I think nobody in America is against good policing. We would love to see good policing. But sadly, in the Black community, a lot of us are dying at the hands of police officers. And nobody wants to come about and talk about it. Body cam footage. We are giving everything, but we're not getting nothing in return. This body cam ordinance is very important to me to make sure that we get it amended. People should not have to pay for the technology that we're already paying for. We're being taxed and we're giving, but the police department don't want to give back to us. That body cam footage will protect citizens. If it wasn't there for George Floyd or the other brothers and sisters who have died in the hands of corrupt police officers, murdered, I mean, they would have never faced justice. I just want to just say we need to be more aware about what's going on. And it ain't about being anti-police. They showed up in a group of police officers at this city council last night. And as soon as they voted yes to the resolution, all of them got up and left. They didn't care nothing else about what was going on in the city. They only care about giving out pay raises, police cars, and still murders go unsolved in our community. We have to do better. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner McCormick, for your passion, and Commissioner Benny for your work on this committee. And just to piggyback off of that, community has to get involved. When they're having meetings at the city council to vote on things, community is going to have to get involved. Those things are being passed, and then we want to get upset because it's passed. You got to come out and be involved. So I think this is a great committee that we're on to really start getting people involved. You have to show up. You have to make your voice heard because things are being passed that maybe not be in our best interest. Okay, our last committee, social factors. Do we have anybody from that committee?
I think that's Mr. Hogan.
Okay. All righty. Well, we're gonna move on.
It's just a good to the order. No, we don't have to move.
Okay. Okay, our next order of services, our order is good of the order, our commissioner roundtables. Do any commissioners? Commissioner Cox, do you have anything? Commissioner Conley? Commissioner Carroll?
No, I appreciate everything that you wanted to say. I believe that there are going to be things that are going to come to pass that are going to be better. But we as a committee, I agree with the fact that we need to reach out and have a desire to really be on this board. There's a lot of work to be done, and I just want to thank everybody for having the desire to reach out in the community. Thank you, Madam.
You're welcome. Commissioner,
Thank you.
Benny?
I just want to say that I'm very excited about where we're going with this board. Very excited about being on this subcommittee and possibly some additional ones here in the future. I think we've made some good strides just here the last meeting, and then especially here today. We've had good conversation. We've had good ideas. So I think that we're only going to get out of it what we put in it. And I think that at this point, I think we're all on the same page. As far as the subcommittees, this is just a suggestion from me. Our subcommittee was assigned at the last month's meeting, and we took off on it. My suggestion for each committee is that I know that everybody's busy, everybody has a lot on their plate, but to just go ahead and set up a date and a time, even if it's by a conference call, just to get some ideas, because otherwise you'll put it off to the next month and the next month and the next month. I think if you go ahead and put a plan of action of when you're going to meet, then you'll be able to get some things done with these other subcommittees. So that's all I have to say. I know our time is running down, so
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, and I just want to quick piggyback off of that. I'm going to go on the ALCO and get all of those subcommittees and who's on the subcommittees. And with the approval of the chairperson, I'd like to send that out to everybody just to remind what committee you're on and some of those suggestions. Commissioner Moore.
Yes, Eastport Neighborhood Association meets the fourth Tuesday of the month at the fire training station at 6:00. That's right down the street from McDonald's on Broadway. It's the entrance the entrance is on Broadway, even though it shows 2510 as the address, but the entrance. So at 6:00, Eastport Neighborhood Association, and we're trying to get more people to come out that's concerned about their neighborhoods in Eastport to come out, please, at 6:00 on the fourth Tuesday of the month at the fire training station. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner McCormick.
I'm gonna try to be brief as possible. Michigan City Head Start program was here for 50 years, 49 years, almost at 50. And it was taken over by basically the Michigan area schools and a particular board member by the name of Deb Chubb. And when they left there, it was 300 kids attending almost every year. I think that enrollment is down now to 60. We also had an individual who ran the Head Start program as the executive director run it to the ground, and funding was misappropriated. They ran through $1 million in less than 6 months. The executive director at that time also made comments about Black people. Those comments is well known. Staff members put it out in the public. Myself, Ms. Benny, the committees that we sat on, we read those reports. It referred to Black people as being lazy. Their kids are obese. We're trifling. It sickens me to see this woman, Deb Chubb, running for office. The comments that she made about us as Black people is shameful. She never apologized. She didn't care. And now she's running for office. I just want to say, don't bring your signs to my neighborhood. I'm going to stand for what's right. I will not in any kind of way just sit back and nilly-willy watch people running for office who have said things that was so disrespectful to anybody about their race that I will support you. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Fly.
Hello, Grand Risings, everybody, and thankful to be here. I first want to just say I gave the duties, passed the duties up of vice chair to chair the board today because obviously I wasn't here when nominations were being presented and done. And I was so happy to see that everybody, included, wanted me to, said that I can be the vice chair. Upon myself, though, I'm not really privy of the duties of the vice chair. And so by being that way, I had to step down or let the assignment of chairing the meeting to someone else, the next in line, because I didn't want to do a bad job. I feel like anything that I do apply myself to, that I'm going to give it my all and my best. And even to this moment, this second, I was thinking, well, Kenny, should you just step down off vice chair and nominate Mr. McCormick since he's so privy with everything and he guides you also? But after hearing all you guys and how we helping one another, I think I'm willing to take on that challenge. So I want to formally accept the vice chair of you guys, and I thank you for believing in me and at least work with me, okay? Because I noticed Ms. Williams, she's just like, hold on, don't jump on me, everybody, So that's what I was kind of nervous of, but I think it's going to be good. We got a good group here, and it seems like we all on one accord, and I'm with it, man. I'm with it. I'm ready to go. And Fly High Youth is definitely in the building. God bless.
I like to say you're a natural leader, Mr. Fly, Commissioner Fly, so you can do all things.
Love Fly.
Thank you, brothers.
And you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Commissioner McCullough.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And as we talked earlier in the meeting about networking and connecting, and what do we do with other communities or other organizations outside of Michigan City, I wanted to put on everyone's radar that Valparaiso University and the Urban League of Northwest Indiana are going to be holding a diversity, equity, and inclusion symposium on May 17th. So you have 2 months from today, or 2 months as of yesterday. If you are available and able, it's a 9 to 2 o'clock program. And it's just dialogue about DEI, everything that's DEI, especially as it comes to Northwest Indiana, the region. And it's especially for business and corporate administrators, HR, affirmative action officers, police and fire, community leaders like everyone here, educators, nonprofits and churches, and just grassroots organizations. So if you're able to attend, I would highly recommend it as an opportunity for, once again, all of us to have an opportunity to speak and see what other communities in the region are doing to support the causes that we're all championing here. So that's what I wanted to share. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Our next meeting, we do have a 1 hour time limit, so we want everybody in your comments to be cognitive of your time. Are there any public comments?
I move for the chairman.
Oh, sorry.
Step up to the mic, please, and state your name.
Tanisha George, Human Rights Director, City of Michigan City. Just a couple of housekeeping items for the board. The first housekeeping item I have is the minutes that you accepted for February. There was a motion and there was a second, but there wasn't an overall approval for the entire board, just to let you know that. The second housekeeping item I have for you guys is that in the Human Rights Department, we have a quasi-archive of information from the social status, just a paper trail. So if anybody wanted to come into the office to look over some of the past minutes, I think it should go back to at least the general creation of the commission. So if you want to come in and look at it and go over some of the things that have been done in the past just to see, then you're more than welcome. Just give me a call and I'll get all the paperwork out for you so you can just look it over. And then the third thing I wanted to tell you about is that when you have your committee meetings are just like regular commissioner meetings and board meetings. So you still, I think, and I'm sorry, Mr. Tillman left, but I think you guys still have to do the 48-hour notice to the public whenever you have a committee meeting. So just to make sure that everything's above board and you don't have anybody coming at you with some type of open door violation. I just want to let you know that too.
That is correct.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, and we're gonna be leaning on you.
All right, no problem.
Okay.
And
Need you back on roll call too, by the way.
yeah, anything you guys need for me to do, just call me or email me. I'm more than happy to help.
Okay, Commissioner McCormick just told you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
we need you for the roll call and call another vote if you don't mind sitting here with us.
Yeah, I can do that for the next couple of meetings to Mr. Hogan and Ms. Williams get the hang of it. No problem
Thank
at
you.
all.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
I would like to have one final comment for myself is that I want to commend Commissioner Williams. I think she did a really good job. I think she also did a good job on the roll call, in my opinion. But I just want to tell you, good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, good job, Ms. Williams.
I second the motion of Mr. Cox.
Thank you.
Move to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All right. The meeting is adjourned. The next meeting is April 13th, I believe it says. April 13th at 12 o'clock.
Thank you.
Take care.